Thanks for joining me today. In addition to doing what I eat in a day today on Trim Healthy Mama, I decided if you're interested, you can join me. I'm going to be doing a little bit of meal prep with my Trim Healthy Mama diet plan. It's going to be a super busy week. It's been busy for me for 2 weeks and I have 1 more week to go, and then by next Saturday, it should start to slow down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is prepare some things for the week. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas of things you can do if you're following the plan. So I started off the morning by having one of these 15 gram of protein 000 Oikos yogurts. So one of the things I like to keep in my stash here are these aluminum separated pans, and I love them because I can just throw them in the oven on a night that I don't have anything prepared, and then I can just heat everything up kind of like a TV dinner. They have these little tops. I actually take the top off, but these are great for sealing my food while they're in the freezer. So I actually had, I'll leave a link in the Amazon store below if anyone's interested. These are super handy to have. So I had some leftover drumsticks. Now these were the Hubby Lovin' Chicken. If you remember, I made those a couple of days ago. And oh, they smell good. I'm gonna leave the link on how to make those above if anyone's interested. And so I'm gonna put a couple of these pieces of chicken in here, in each of these, just like this. And there you go, there's our meat. And then I have some green beans that I grew this last summer. I actually had a lot of green beans that I canned, and these were the best green beans I think I've ever grown. They were a stringless pole bean, and they were just delicious. I mean, really delicious. So I'm gonna put these in each of my little containers. I'm basically gonna put the green beans, I'm gonna just separate the jar into 2 helpings. And I'll probably be serving this like with a green salad. But you can see, all you have to do is throw this in the oven. Everything's pre-cooked. And then all you have to do is just kind of, heat it up. If you have some extra, this is all I'm serving with this other than a salad. I maybe put a couple in here. Looks like I've got a couple extra ones. And that's it. Super simple. I am going to put a little bit of this juice because I canned this in some onion soup mix. So it is really flavorful as well. Just pour a little bit in there. Might as well pour it all. What the heck? It'll just freeze, but it'll unthaw as we cook it. So there you go. So now all I'm going to do is put these little lids on, just like this, and I just kind of push the corners in. This is so simple, just makes preserving a meal for a later date really easy. When, in case you're wondering about these things on my hands, I was at my grandson's 6th Minecraft birthday party last night. Oops, I've got 2 of these on one. See, they're so thin, they're very easy to use, but I don't want to waste them. They're just super handy. I just love these things. All right, so we're just gonna close the lid, close all 4 corners, and then we'll just close the middle. That's it. Anyway, I was at my grandson's 6th birthday Minecraft party last night, and everyone, well, all the kids were doing tattoos. Of course, they have to tattoo grandma. So I have a couple of TNT tattoos on my hands. I don't know how long they're going to stay on, but oh well. All right, so there you go. 2 dinners done. I just label them. This is Hubby Lovin' Chicken and beans. green beans. And this will be a delicious dinner. All right, ready for the freezer. Now for our second dish, I'm actually gonna cook this and then I'm gonna preserve it. So this is gonna be called a Moroccan chicken with rice. It just sounded so good. I've never had this before, but I'm really excited to try it. So I actually had 4 drumsticks left from the other day when I made that hubby lovin' chicken. I made a small amount of it, but I'm not kidding. It made so much. I think I made 8 of them for the hubby lovin' chicken, and then I had 4 left, so I'm gonna make one more meal of the Moroccan chicken and rice. So this is going to be an Instant Pot dish, this Moroccan chicken and rice. And so what I'm going to be doing is putting in 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Now I have this on my saute mode on my Instant Pot. And all I'm going to do at this point is just add 1 cup of chopped onions and get those sauteing. So the recipe also calls for a cup of chopped plum tomatoes. I don't have any, but I do have a small can of the diced tomatoes with green chilies. This is a 10-ounce can, so I'm going to add those to the onions. Give it a stir. Give that a minute to cook up. And then I'm going to be adding all of my seasonings. So the seasonings we're going to add to this are going to be a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1½ teaspoons of salt, and 3 tablespoons of turmeric. So I'm going to put that in, give it another stir, and then I'm going to put in a couple cloves of garlic. 1. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this garlic out of the press because it's all good. Give it one more stir. Now we're gonna be adding our chicken to this mixture. And we're just going to add enough water to just barely cover the chicken. Perfect. I'm going to give this a little stir because I want this chicken all covered in this saucy mixture. I'm going to put my lid on, just like this. Lock it, and I want to seal it. And I'm going to put this on 9 minutes on pressure. So we're just going to leave this and let it do its thing. So now that our pressure cooker is done cooking the chicken, we're going to manually release the pressure by just pushing this little button to vent. So now that our chicken pot here has completely released all the pressure, I'm going to go ahead and open it. And I'm going to take the chicken out, and basically I'm going to put it on a pan here. I've got some aluminum foil, and all I'm going to do is crisp up this chicken. So I am going to go ahead and throw this in a preheated oven at 375 degrees, and I'm going to check it every 5 minutes. I'm not sure how long it'll take to crisp up the chicken, but that's exactly what we're going to do to it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 cups. Now this is brown Basmati rice, so I'm going to throw it in the water here. I'm going to just give it a quick stir. And we're going to put the lid back on it, and we're going to put the pressure up to 10 minutes and cook this again. So another hack I like to do is when I have fresh lemons in season, I like to juice them and freeze them in my ice cube trays so that I always have plenty of fresh lemon juice when I'm cooking something or baking or what have you. It's one of those things, you know, it's just another thing to make life easier for you. All right, so our rice is all done, and I'll be honest with you, this rice just looks delicious. It smells even better. Oh my goodness. All right, so let me go ahead and put some of this into our pans here. And I'm gonna spoon some of this out. It's kind of hot, so I can't hold the bottom of the pan. But I'm gonna put a couple of spoonfuls in each of my containers here. I might move a little bit of this over to one of them. Just like that. Got a beautiful color, and I can actually smell like all the things that I had in this rice. I had some cinnamon and, ooh, it smells delicious. All right. So now all we're gonna do is take the chicken that we crisped up, and I'm gonna put these right on top of the rice, just like this. And there you go. This is all done. And then we're gonna go ahead and put some, make sure you can see this. I'm gonna put some more of those delicious green beans that I canned from this summer into our pans. Now they're all canned and cooked, so I really only have to reheat these beans when it's time to serve them. But they are delicious. Now on this one, I'm not gonna put as much of the juice in because I've got all this rice and everything, but I am going to put a little tiny bit so that when it's cooking, it just has a little bit in there. All right, and there you go. There's my Moroccan chicken and rice meal, and I'm going to let this cool, and then I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the other chicken dish that I did. I'm just gonna cover them and label them and put them in my freezer. Now, if you have never used an Instant Pot, they are really simple to use. They're not a lot of work. They just make everything so fast. You come home from a hard day's work or school or whatever it is you're doing, and it's just great to be able to put a meal together in 10 minutes. So I use my Instant Pot all the time. I'm gonna link in my description below in my Amazon store a few Instant Pots, maybe a knockoff here or there. And if you've never tried it, give it a try. It's such a time saver. And so I also wanted to share with you, so these are freezer meals that we're gonna be eating throughout the week. I'm probably also gonna make some kind of a vegetable soup. That I can throw in the crock pot for a day that is supposed to be a little colder later in the week. So I think later in the week we'll have some vegetable soup. And today I'm taking it easy. My husband and I are gonna go to lunch, and I'm gonna show you what we're having as soon as we get to the restaurant a little bit later. And so that'll complete my meals in a day as well. So I opted for a Cobb salad. We're just at a local hamburger place near my house, and Diet Pepsi. So I'll show it to you as soon as it comes. So this is my Cobb salad. I opted for no bacon, and I'm gonna have some ranch dressing on the side. Well, that concludes my What I Eat in a Day on Trim Healthy Mama, and it also concludes some meal prep that I'm doing for Trim Healthy Mama meals through the week. I also just wanted to make a quick note that Moroccan chicken and rice is an S meal, which means it's a satisfying, delicious meal. I did sample the rice, as did my husband, and it was to die for. Now, one of the things I really like about it is it had the 3 tablespoons of turmeric in it. Not only does it give it this amazing color, but it's supposed to be really good for inflammation and arthritis. So I'm hoping. Anyway, if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring the bell for future notifications. And I hope this is helping you stay on your diet. It's helping me. So I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.